Howdy, howdy, folks. A-Train here, and I'm going to show you some screens of the results I have had at the evening of day one, or in one of these cases, you'll see 65 kilograms for Rasomir's maximum loadout. After that's at 7:23, 7:30 or so, day two. There's the 65 kilogram. Because in that particular playthrough, I got all the way over to Denica, got my simple large backpack and large pouch on day one, and got back over and then started making stone knives through the course of the night. So in this video, I'm going to show you how, if you see these coin amounts, 2,000 plus coins, plus you're seeing bows, recurve bows, even iron crossbows, iron axes, bronze axes, iron knives, noble boots, and lots of coins. In this video, I'm going to take you through the looting path. And this is how I think you should start your first day in the valley. Welcome back to the channel, gang. I'm A-Train. I'm having a great day. And chat is open. This is going to be a recorded video, so I may go back and do some editing later on, but I'm going to try to move through this as smoothly as possible. It is going to be something entirely different from what I've done before. There's going to be a lot of pausing involved, because for every single position we come across on the looting path, I have captured a screenshot. Whether it's there or not, as you're watching it live, I'm going to show you what you should be looking for, and then telling you what you may well find. All right, that is the plan. We're going to see if we can pull this off. So let's kick that on over here. And now I can see that. Hopefully I can hear some audio. I can hear some audio, so that's all good to go. You guys ready to do this? So if you're new to the game, I'm going to actually start from the get-go, but let me talk to you for a moment and give you a quick overview of what the looting path is. Now, this map is up and available in my community tab here on my YouTube channel, all right? So this is the looting path. Now, if you look in the kind of upper left quadrant, you'll see in white the word start point. That's where the adventure begins, okay? We're going to be looking to follow this path. The areas marked in red are no-go zones unless you want to have problems, because there's either Wizzent, boar, or wolves there. Now, hopefully, by the time we get around to spot 10 or so, which is a campsite, at latest by spot 13, which is another campsite, both are protected by wolves, you're going to have the weapons needed to defend yourself against them. That's the objective. Let's hope this is a good run through, because it all really kind of depends on the camp, the abandoned camp at site 4. All right, you'll see that down at the bottom there in green. All right, so crash carts are in yellow. Just loot spawns are in black. Campsites with wolves, abandoned camps with wolves, are in red. Possible bandit spawn sites are in purple. And then the danger zones are in kind of a faded red color there. So you can see kind of what to avoid. All right. You'll also need to use your map when it shows the animal spawns, and I'll show you that here in a second. But that will give you an idea of where they are, and you need to understand the distance they can travel from that point, and that will help you avoid them. Okay. So without any further ado, let's look to get into this. All right. I'm going to show you how I set up the game too while we're at it. All right, so go into gameplay here, and hopefully it's going to come up on the screen. It's not coming up. There it is. Hooray. Okay, so we're going to start a new game, and we're going to customize the game. Now, I have a couple of things I do. I set my brightness to 125%, so you guys, because I stream, can see better at night. It also helps me see better at night, but you know what, hey, we're going to say that I like to eat carrots, and that improves my night vision. I'm going to set the length of season to 7 days here. I feel that's a really good number. Building limits to 200%. Now, I'm not going to do no unlimited stuff. Bandits are on. We're not doing a jack anything. The only other thing we're going to do is come down here and click on fast crafting. All right? And we're ready to start. We're going to hit start game, and then we're going to kick over, and we're going to hit this pay. I'm not going to take you through that. All right? So we're going to run through this, and what we're going to be looking to do is start, go over to the card at spot 1, and then the loot spot at spot 2, and then we're going to follow the path as you see it outlined on the map there, okay? So if you have a separate screen you want to open up, then that's fantastic. All right, here we go. We are in. We're going to turn to our left. That is spot 1 right here. Okay, this is where there should be a cart. All right, so now I'm going to hit that button. I'm going to switch over here, and we're going to go to spot 1. This is what you should see if there's a crash cart there. All right, what are we looking at, A-Train? You have a copper sickle, a flat straw hat, and a small package which will contain between 3 and 5, what do you call it? I don't know. Rye plants, okay? These are what you would harvest from the field, and then you would thresh on the barn floor, and then you would get the rye grains out of them, okay? And then you have an option to replant the grains, or you could take them to the kern, which is to the right of the threshing floor in the barn, and you can turn them into flour, and then you make them into stuff. Or you can use the rye grain to make animal feed, or use it in a couple of recipes, okay? So this is what you look for at spot 1. This is the opening cart. All right, back to gameplay. All right, so here now, we're going to hit this. Now, so it's not there. We're going to turn around and face, you see I'm between south and southeast. We're going for this rise right here. We're up here, and you hear deer off to our right. We're running over here, and look here. This is spot 2, so we don't need to look at that picture. There's a large bundle that's going to have cash and iron ore. In the 10 runs where I took notes, it averages 134 to 176 coins. All right, so we're going to click on that, hit F, E, that takes everything, F. Same thing here, F, E, F. Iron ore weighs 1 kilo each, so that's 3 kilos of weight, and our max weight is only 35 kilograms right now. So something to be aware of. All right, there's also a wooden shovel there, but I'm not going to take that because that's extra weight we don't need. So now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to switch back over and show you where we stand. Looting path map, we are at spot 2. We're about to take this trail to the southeast and then kind of cut south up over the ridge line. And then we're going to cut over by Bullwinkle the moose and down by Bambi and friends, the deer. We're heading for a spot by the creek. All right. Now, in game terms, let me show you on the map in the game. Here's where we're going. So first thing is go over here to your filter and hit the left arrow. That puts you on the wild animals. You can see their spawn points here. Okay? So here's where we are. Here's where we started. Cart 1, loot 2. We're going to follow the path up over the ridge here. We're going to this point right here. I'm going to double click on it, and that sets up a waypoint. Okay? So we're going to mosey this direction. You see it's 240 meters away, and we're going to start running for it. Now, look out, badger. Badgers won't mess with you unless you mess with them. The green bar to the left is your stamina. See how it's going down? You're going to start huffing and puffing here in a second. Then eventually you're going to have to start walking for it to regenerate. Okay? I'm going to let off the shift key, and now we're going to walk. Let it fully regenerate because it takes a second for it to start regenerating. So it will regenerate faster if you stop and let it go. Okay, moose and wisent. Now see how we just got an indicator there's a wisent? The moose will not bother us. We're going to cut the corner. Now the thing is the wisent doesn't have very good vision. We're going to cut the corner a long way. Now, right here is where there should be a cart. So let's go over here. Let's go over here. Go here. This is spot 3 on the map. This is what we're looking for. Crashed cart in the creek. All right. And then you go jump across the creek to the other side, and this is how it will look. You're going to see a bag with coins, That one has 100 coins in it. There's a water skin to the right of that. There's a clay bottle in front. There's a wine bottle to the right. And then there's a package on the left, which typically has 2 to 3 apples and another cluster of coins, 30 to 50-ish coins. All right? So you want to gather all this stuff. So now we're starting to rack up some coinage. That's good. The water skin you can equip, and then you can dip in the creek there to fill it up. And then it will be in your inventory, and then you can just use it. You don't have to equip it after you've filled it up. Does that make sense? Okay. So now, let me kick back to the map. We're going to head almost due south to an abandoned campsite. I'm also going to point out another campsite that you may see later in the game as key. If you kept going that same direction from where we are, you eventually would go over the hill to Hornica. All right. To our right, as we face south, is a red area, and you see wolves. That's Wolf Ridge. There's 4 to 6 wolves typically in that area. So that path along there can be quite dangerous. So you could go this way to get past it, but otherwise be prepared to defend yourself and be outnumbered. So unless you have, some ranged weapons and some skills, I might, look to come over this friendly path that I'm about to show you here. However, there could also, where that rabbit spawn is, that's south of the 04, that's where there is a hunting camp sometimes later in the game, and there'll be 4 bad guys there who are not too happy with your presence. And they will show you that they are not too happy with your presence, okay? So be aware of that. All right, so we are going to reset our deal here. This is Wolf Ridge over here. That's what we're going to avoid. See the Wizened spawn here? That's why he was kind of getting a little close there. That's why I cut across the corner closer to the moose spawn and more directly down to this spot on the creek. We are going here. All right? So, now, here's a hint. Pro tip. We are looking here. This direction I'm looking here. This is east, northeast. There's northeast. There's east. So this is east, northeast. This is where Site 7 on the map will be, and that's a bandit spawn. Okay? You do not want to get surprised by that. If you see a fire over there and it will glow orange, avoid it. So now we're going to run south instead. We'll tick the deer off. You can go up over the rocks. You go around the side of the rocks, but stay over here. Stay on target. Stay on, like we're playing Star Wars. Come over the ridge, and there's an empty campsite. This is not working out so good so far. All right, let's take a look at what you would find over here. All right, let's hit that. Let's hit this. This is spot 4 on the tour. This is what this campsite would look like if it were here. You will find a bow, 2 to 3 iron arrows, 2 to 3 bronze arrows, an iron axe, a stone knife, and fur. The stone axe and fur, or the stone knife and the fur are under this upper center tent. The arrows will be around the fire, and then a couple of them are behind one of the other tents. The bow is kind of front and center from where this perspective is. So you need to make sure you search around the entire site, get a feel for what you're looking for, and then the axe is over by the fire pit there. Okay? So it's kind of a bummer that we haven't found this. So what are we going to do, A-Train? Well, we're going to start crafting, all right, because that's what we got to do. So next what we're going to do is set ourselves up to go up over to the loot spot 5, all right? So on the map, we're going to zoom in, and right up here is where we're going. That bad guy bandit camp, see the rabbit spawn? That's where that will tend to be, is right in that area. So watch out for that later. See, Hornica's down here to the south. All right? But that's where you can get some good bandit action at some point, if they're there. And these are sites that will randomly spawn each season. If you clear one out, it may be there and be empty the next season, but some of the other places may spawn. So to me, it's good to run this route every season. And that's why I do 7 days. I give myself a day or two to go explore the map, look for bad guys, and stuff like that. So now we're going to turn east-northeast, and we're going to head up to the top of the ridge line here. All right. Now, that other camp I was telling you about typically is in that clearing right there. All right. So you can approach it from up on these rocks and look down into it. You can get a look down position. Also, we're going to grab some steak. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we need 2 stones and 10 sticks. All right, there's 2 stones. And let's just keep moving. 7. All right, 10. All right, good. So we grabbed an extra stone. I didn't mean to. So we're going to hit Q and pull up our radial menu. So in handcrafting, we're going to handcraft us a stone axe. So we will have a weapon. Because at this point, if we don't have a weapon, we could be in trouble later on. All right. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to pick up a second stone, and we're going to hit 5 sticks and go ahead and give ourselves a stone knife. So hit Q, boom, boom. This is going to start, when you pick up stuff like sticks and stones, all right, that's going to build your survival skills, which if you look in your inventories up here under skills, and it's right here. See, we've got 24 points out of 100 already towards level 1, which I suggest you unlock survival knowledge because that gives you a bonus from your experience, survival activities. Also, the fact that we've crafted a couple things has given us some points towards production. All right. So this is crafting knowledge is the first thing you want to unlock there. Okay. So that's what we're doing. Now we're going to run here and we're going to look here. Aha. There's a wooden shovel. We're not going to bother with that. There's a pile of stones. We are going to bother with this. We're going to grab that one. 300 coins. Cha-ching. We're going to take that, and now, and you hear the pigeon. There's pigeons in here. I'm going to actually drop this stone with the X key. All right. Now, the stone axe is equipped in slot 1. We're going to put the stone knife in slot 8 because I always put a knife in slot 8. That way, if you kill something, you can skin it right away. All right. So we're at 12 or 35 kilograms. Now, next on the map, we're going to come down here to this crossroads here. This on the looting path map is spot 6. It's a cart, which typically has, if it's there, and I only see it like 15% of the back up and running now. And we'll go from there. All right, so there's our target, and we're going to pop out of the map, and we're going to take off. We're going to leave that. We're going this way. This is what we call a saddle. Why you call a saddle A-train? It's a topographical feature. See, it goes up that way, up this way, down that way, down that way. All right. We're going to take the left side going down this little valley here, and we're looking right through here, and there's no cart. All right. So I showed you what that cart looks like. That's where it would be. So now we're going to turn our attention and head this direction, northwest. Now, if that bad guy camp was here, it would be right in this space right here. Right? And it's kind of 2-tiered. They'll have the fire going right here and then a bunch of stuff around and places to sit, and then they'll have their sleeping bags like right there. So make sure you search the area thoroughly, but you want to make sure that you're in a position to engage those guys. All right, let's take a look on the map where we are. We are heading now for spot 8, which is a crash cart in the creek right here. So I recommend you just run the creek. You can refill on water, and then you can keep pressing on from there. So let's continue on. So we're going to jog over here. And if you look down, and if you can stay straight in the water, you can drink water while you're running. And we're going to come over this little peak right here, and there's no cart. What would we expect to see here? Well, let's take it. This is why I took all these pictures for you guys. All right, this is spot 8 on the map. Oh, I didn't show you the darn it. Let's go back to the bad guy camp. This is what you would see at the bad guy camp. You see the little orange spot in the middle? That's the fire, and there's 2 guys sitting there. All right, this is the view from coming down the path in the direction we came. And this is what the campsite looks like after they're dead and gone and you're going in to take their stuff. See how it's kind of like 2-tiered, like the fire's down at one level and then their sleeping bags are another. There's a bucket. Let's see what I've got written down here. Oh, I've got extra notes. Let me go back to the page. I want to rewrite all this stuff. All right. One time I found, let's see, 116 coins, a mead bottle. That's nothing. 4 roast meat. Okay. Bronze arrow, plum wine. That's worth good coin. Always pick up not bottles of wine necessarily. Empty bottles will get you a little bit. But if you find a bottle of wine, that is something you want to take and sell because you can get a couple, 100 and something to 200 something coins for it. Stone knife, throwing stone, a bucket, torch, apples, and cheese. I would take the food and the torch. At that point, you could drop your simple torch because it's a ½ kilo. You don't need to waste. The bucket, you could carry. The stone knife, if you don't have one, equip it. The bronze arrow, keep that, keep the coins, and I guess keep the mead bottle. Don't worry about the throwing stone. Don't worry about firewood. You don't need to worry about any of that stuff, okay? So that's what you would find there. Now, where we are now is spot 8, and this is typically what you'll see. If the crash cart is here, you look in the foreground, you can see there's a clay bottle in the creek. Then there's a barrel. Beyond the barrel, there's 3 or 4 things of rot. Don't worry about those. In the barrel, typically you'll get 2 potions of night vision and 3 to 4 apples. So get the potions of night vision. If you've bumped up your brightness to 125 like I have, you don't need to worry about it. Just sell them. And the clay bottle, and then the apples. Always take food, okay? Skip the rot. Now, if you look beyond into the cave, you see that thing sticking out of the cave wall? That's a good thing. That would be spot 9, and that would be the bronze axe. That's where we're heading next. All right, so let me go back here, back to this, escape out of that, and now we're totally missing out. All right, so this is where the bronze axe would be, and then there's 3 iron ore on the floor of the cave here. All right, so let's go in and look at spot 9. Boom. That's what it would look like. The 3 dark stones are the iron ore. Which, so then in theory, if you get 3 at spot 2 and 3 here, you'll have 6 iron ore that you can sell later. But it's also 6 iron ore you can drop because that's 6 kilos of weight. And you're not going to get a lot of money for them. But if you don't have anything else to sell, then it's better than nothing. Does that make sense? Okay. But that bronze pickaxe, that's a very effective weapon at this point. Now here in this picture, clearly I've found like an iron axe at a different site, probably the campsite 4. But if you're trucking around with just a stone axe, switch to the bronze pickaxe. It's higher damage than is the stone axe. All right. So now let's go back to the map and look where we are. We are at the Loot-In Tunnel at spot 9, which is kind of just south, well, left and below the center of the map. What we're going to do is go out of here and head up towards this campsite at 10. And then you see a green circle there. And that's a broadleaf plantain field. Now, there's broadleaf plantain all over the map. But this is one of the places where there's like 20 of them. All right. And that, to me, is a very efficient way to gather them, which builds your survival skills and gives you healing ability. Broadleaf plantain is +2 health. All right. There will also be daisies, which are +2 health. And then it's a reduction in your water consumption for 40 seconds. Not a big deal. But then there's also dandelions, which are +3 health, and it's a 15% reduction in stamina consumption for 40 seconds. So you can chow on those, and then you can run a little bit further. All right? So we're going to head towards campsite 10 next. Let's go out of this. All right. That's a bummer. So far, this has just been a big... All right, there's also St. John's wort. You can grab... This is an anti-poison thing. I'd gather 5 of them. They're +20 on your health. Don't worry about the morel mushrooms. All right, that's where we're going, right there. See that kind of flat spot with that rock right there in the center of the screen? That's where we're going. But look over here. See over here? That's where all the broadleaf plantain is. So we're going to go gather that first. That campsite should come into view here about the time you get here. Here's a daisy. Grab that. Here's a dandelion. Grab that. Grab that. Now we start the broadleaf plantain thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. But wait, there's more. 20. Now there's 1, 2, 3 under this bush. 20. So now we got 28 actually. All right. So 28 broadleaf plantain. Oh, you know what? There's another one. Missed it. Boom. And then there's another daisy over here. You might as well grab it. Now, we're going to walk up here. See there? There's a wolf. Okay. So this is the campsite right here in front of us. Now, if we're standing here, I'm going to show you what it would look like. This is campsite 10 on the path. Oh, that's broadleaf plantain site. There's the campsite. Okay. Pay attention. I'm going to point something out that's easy to miss on this. Campsite 10 doesn't yield a lot, and there's some risk to it because you may not have an effective weapon. All right. It's almost better to go back over here behind where we are currently, chop down a tree, cut it into logs, and then turn those logs into wooden spears and equip those so you have a ranged weapon to use against the wolves. That's issue 1. Issue 2, if a rabbit, and there's a rabbit spawn to the left up on the hillside just above the camp, if a rabbit gets too close, the wolves will chase it, thus opening the path for you to go into the camp and grab stuff and then get out as quick as you can. Third, there's another broadleaf plantain patch to our right here. You may just see that in the picture. All right, but the key takeaway here, if you look at the picture, all right, look at the tent in the middle. Now go to the right like 3 bushes and you'll see something that there's a rock. See something that looks like a stick sticking almost straight out of the ground? It's leaning over to the right a little bit. That's an iron shovel. Your objective here is to sprint, grab that iron shovel, go over. There will be a thing of coins. Typically there's 100 coins. Wait, camp 10, 100 coins ish. No, there's a pouch with like 50, and then inside that package there may be another 30 to 40 coins. Grab those. You may also find 2 cherry wine. Again, it's not wine bottles, it's cherry wine. That's worth money. Get those. And then there will be a wooden spoon and a clay bottle. Forget those. All right. Don't mess with those. If you're in a position to engage the wolves, you can do them one at a time. But if you get attacked by 2, you're going to be in trouble. All right. So the moral of the story is stay alive at this point. Okay. All right. So let's kick back over to where we are on the map. We're at spot 10. Now we're going to be heading over to spot 11, which is back over by the path. Okay. All right. So on the map, you see where we are. You see where the wolf spawn is. This is where the camp is, right here, just across the creek. So the wolves can come across close to where we are, but we're kind of at the edge of their range. We haven't triggered the rabbit spawn up to the left yet, but there is a wolf standing right over there, so we don't want to mess with him. All right. So we're going to turn around and head back down towards the bridge. And there's a dandelion. Grab that. There's a daisy over here. Grab that. There's another dandelion over here. Grab that. And pretty soon we're going to be going to, aha, here's the bridge. Now, if you saw what I just saw, I'm going to do from here. See where they are? I'd never noticed these until one day when I was doing this run for like the 50th time. They look like stones. They are not stones. They are sacks. Not Fifth Avenue. They're sacks. Watch this. Want something? Beetroot seeds. 7 to 8 of them. F, E, F. Take that. That's how you start your garden. Whoa. We don't need the torch. Sack number 2. Oat grain. 5 of them. F, E, F. And sack number 3. Cabbage seed. Ah. F, E, F. All right. Now you're going to need more cabbage seed than that, but that's a good start. Now, we're going to come over here. We're going to chop down trees and eat our lunch just like our old papa. Why, A-Train? Because I am feeling kind of naked with no weapons at this point aside from the stone axe. All right. Stay away from the tree as it's falling. Gravity has a cruel sense of humor. Grab the log. Grab the other 2 logs. Grab this log. Grab this log. Okay? Now, we can come back over here to the path. And what we're going to do is pull up our rotary wheel here, We're going to go to wooden spear. See the R craft mort? R-E-F. Now, wooden spears are not light. They're really, they really kind of suck. But when you got nothing else, we're going to drop these steaks too. X-E-F. Wooden spears, slot 3. Okay. Now we got ranged weapons on us. So we can just hit 3. Boom. Wooden spear up. Now we're going to head down the path. We're heading towards spot 12. It's going to be on the left. It's a crashed cart. I don't see it. And it's not there. Boy, this is a bust. All right. So we're going to poke up on this ridge line here real quick, and now I'm going to show you where we're at and what we're doing. All right. As far as the map goes, we're just above spot 12. We're looking towards spot 13, which is a wolf-guarded campsite. May or may not be there. This could get real interesting real quick. All right. We haven't found much of anything so far. But the end results are still more than worth it. And if you get into Gostovia and you don't have squat, I mean, you can keep playing, or you could just start over and try this again. Because I feel like the more you know this path, the better off you're going to be. Also, the one thing we hadn't looked at this point is this. Very critical map. Simidrog the Builder. I think like that's a positive king. You want to make sure you've got a positive and a friendly king. There's lists on the wiki and places you can look online to see if your king is good, bad, neutral, whatever. Okay? You don't want a bad king. You don't really want a neutral king either. All right? So, where are we looking? Right up here. Now, we're going to get a boar spawn on the right of us and wolves to the left. That's going to put us in between two things that can be real nasty. Boink. All right, so we're going to run up. Whoa, piggy. All right, we're going to stay left of the piggy because there's no camp. So, let me show you what you would see otherwise. This would be spot 13. All right. See the tents. So, okay, so you can see the bow. There are tents by the tip of the bow. And then if you look in the center upper portion of the screen, there's a tent there as well. This is a 2-tiered camp. In the upper tier, if you look to the right of where that tent is, there's actually a second tent. You want to split between those two and run straight towards, you'll see a large wicker basket, which you can pick up if you want or not. It's kind of heavy, kind of bulky, but it's something to sell. The bigger item there is an iron axe. And even if there's a wolf nearby, if you can sprint up there, grab that iron axe, equip it to slot 1 or whatever you want to put it on, and then pull it out, you're going to be dangerous at that point. 2 hacks with that will kill a wolf. 1 solid hack to its head may well send it packing. It's going to run. In that case, I would highly recommend you disengage because it's probably gotten a hit on you. Retreat back to a safe area, eat some broadleaf plantain, or dandelions or daisies to heal a little bit before going back into the camp. Now, the lower tents have the good stuff. This close tent, there will be 3 iron arrows at the near side of it. So closest to us, there will be 3 iron arrows. They're easy to miss at the stake of the tent, the rope coming off of it. But around the right side of the second tent, because there's 2 of them side by side, there's 3 bronze spears laying on the ground. They're kind of crisscrossed laying there. So grab those. And that's an even better hand-to-hand weapon than an iron axe. It's 50 points versus 45. And then there are sacks. Okay? And darn it if I don't have pictures of that. But you get into that sack, that can make your game. Because there are times, and I'm not saying this often, but there's been 2 or 3 times I've gotten an iron crossbow and several bolts out of that. Typically you'll get, it's a hunting camp, you'll get meat and maybe salted meat. You'll get fur and leather. There's a couple of leather under that lean-to as well. Lean-to is just when you have like a canvas that's going up to 2 poles, so it's just leaning, right? As opposed to the tent, which has multiple sides to it, okay? So, if this camp is here, this is a big time find. The key is you may have to fight your way in or fight your way out of it, That's why you gather the broadleaf plantain. All right? So it's not here. That kind of sucks. So let's look on the map at where we are. See the wolf spawn? All right? And see the piggy spawn way over to our right? But there's actually one fairly close to us. We're going to retreat our way back to the north-northwest down this side of the creek, and I'll show you where that crashed cart would be. But otherwise, this is a bummer because this is where the campsite should be. There's Piggy there. And then there's Dan. And if he's making noise, he's kind of close. All right, so I recommend just moving on out of the area. Down here, this is where you'll see the crash cart. This is actually Site 12. So I took that one a little out of order for you. But let's show you what this will look like. You'll get a copper axe and 4 loose clay. Leave the clay. You can come back and pick it up later, but you don't need it. You're not going to be using it. You're not going to be crafting it. And it's not really worth the trip to sell. But grab the copper shovel. So at this point, you could have a iron shovel, a wood shovel, an iron shovel, a copper shovel, and in a minute, we're going to come upon a spot where you can get a bronze shovel. So this is like Shovel City on this tour, okay? All right, so back to the map. That's Site 12. We just looked at the crash cart. Site 13 is the camp. We're going to continue along the path, but one thing you do need to recognize, if you see that red circle there for the wolves, they can range down to the path. You may have to cut a little closer to the creek. And I mean the main one, not the one that's actually coming down through their territory. So you may just have give a little bit of a berth if there's one kind of close to the bridge. Otherwise, you can run across and it'll be fine. But we are heading towards the clay pits up at 14 next. So we're going to look at that. I don't see and I don't hear a wolf, but you may have to come down because they can get down to this point. All right. Now you can grab you some chicory through here, and pretty soon we should be leveling up. Also, there's some broadleaf plantain through here. Again, just grab it. There we go. All right. Immediately hold up. Go to skills. You see the little yellow star there. Survival knowledge, we're going to bump that. You got to unlock a tier 1 skill before you can unlock a tier 2 and so on and so forth. Unlock tier 2 to tier 3. The key you really want to get to is athlete because it's 10% lower stamina consumption during movement. If you want to get across the map, you want to put 3 points into athlete because the first tier is 10%, second I think is 20, and third is 30. It may go 10, 15, 20. I don't remember. It's been a minute. But that's where you want to get to. So you need 4 survival points to do this. Now, here's the trick. We're at 102, actually. Okay, so we got to get to 250. But when you get to 250, you're going to get 2 skill points to spend. This does a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 awarding system. In survival and I think in production. So to make that a little easier, in sensitive, you do not need, it's for temperature tolerance. You're not going to freeze. You're not going to die. All right. If you're smart. If you're stupid, then okay, start the game over. Iron liver, poison resistance. That's what St. John's wort is for. Don't eat poison food. All right. It's very simple. So first point needs to go in survival knowledge. We'll double click on that. We'll hit F. See, next, we'll get 10% more. We're not going to worry about that, because we can unlock survival sense, which allows you to see sticks, stones, mushrooms, feathers, and herbs in inspector mode, which on PC, which is what I play on, you push and hold the Alt key and that lights that stuff up. So if you're playing with the maximum, with high foliage on, which I'm playing with low, because it helps the PC run smoother and makes it easier to see, this will help you see stuff, all right? Tier 3, you probably want to do survivalist. It's slower loss of food and water. You could do strong as oak, which adds 10% more health. And then you'll have to eat your way to that, though. All right? So if you up your strong as oak, it's 10% for 1 point, 20% for 2, 30% for 3. So you can get up to 130 hit points. But then you've got to eat some broadleaf plantain, daisies, or dandelions, or drink a potion to actually, if you're at 100, it's not going to bump you to 110. It's going to bump your max to 110. You've got to eat something to get there. All right? Tracking? Good. All right. So we'll just grab a couple more since we're here. Just move up, up, up. All right, now we're going to move along the path here. We're going to move fast, leave Wolf City around behind. We are tracking towards these spruce trees right over here. And bust again. Crunchy oatmeal cookie. This is a clay pit. You will find a bronze shovel, excuse me, and 4 clay here. All right? So that's what to look for here. Let me show you. See, I'm not just going to tell you. I'm going to show you. All this work I've put into this. This is what it looks like. You'll just see a bronze shovel. Just leave the clay, just grab the shovel. All right? This is why there's no point in grabbing the wood shovels. I mean, I could have grabbed the wood shovels by now. At least I'd have something. And then right now, I'd really have nothing. But that's what we're going to be working with. All right. So now we need to watch. And I did a video about this. All right. Let's go to the map, actually. Let me show you where we are. Triple waterfalls on our left coming up. This point right here on the road is critical. Now, on our map, the looting path map, this is spot 15. We're at spot 14 now, the clay pit. Spot 15 is the ambush. That's the highwayman. I did a video on this a couple of weeks ago. All right? So go back and watch that, and you'll see how I scouted all the way around the site to the east so you could see it from the north and from the south. There's 2 guys with wooden crossbows. They will plug you in the head. You will die. And then there's 1 thug. So the smart play is to draw the thug away, kill him, let the crossbow guys reset, and you need a ranged weapon. I'm counting on the fact I think Camp 18 and Cart 18 is going to be there now. We got to have a payoff here somewhere. This is going to just look really dumb. And I may wind up going back and redoing this video so y'all can see it again. All right. So we're looking for this ambush. What are we looking for, A-Train? A cart in the middle of the path. Notice there's a cluster of broadleaf plantain to the left towards the triple waterfall. Then we're going to be looking over for the trunk there. All right. So let's kick back to this. So we're going to walk this way like Aerosmith. All right. We're going to jog a little to the left. See, here's the path. This is where we're looking. Right here in front of us. Now, let me clear my throat. All right. This is spot 15. Okay. You can barely see the crash cart right in the middle of the screen. All right. Now, if we go around to the east, this is what it looks like. There's a cart and there's a pile of loot next to it. The cart's on its side, but there's 3 guys. One on this side, you see him by the spruce tree in the middle. So if you look in the middle of the picture, there's a rock. That dude is standing right above where that rock is. And then the 2 guys with crossbows are on the far side. All right? Like everything else in this game, they have a detection radius. So if you're not within that detection radius, they're not going to hear you. All right? They're not going to see you. So you can wave your hand in front of your face like John Cena and all that. Now, if you're around the north side, this is what it looks like. See the cart in the middle of the path? This is looking south. Thug on the left, you can see him over by the tree. 2 guys on the right are concealed by bushes. That's the scary part. The key is to look for that cart. If you get engaged by these guys, you either need to run back to the north, retreat south, or retreat east. And you see there's a fox over here on the left. But you don't want to go too far east and wind up in the piggies or the wolves over by Camp 17. All right, we're going to get to that here in a minute. All right, so no cart. We should be good to go. Okay, this is where the cart would be right here. See the fox? All right, so now we're going to come over here, and here's the plantain cluster. I'm going to avoid the steak. I'm just going to grab all this because there's like 20 of them. And believe me, if you wind up engaged in with wolves or bad guys, you're going to need the broadleaf plantain. And the daisies. I don't want the steak. Darn it. All right, I'm going to drop the steak. All right. Oops, not that. Let me hit this. I don't want to carry the stick. Sticks only weighs a 1/10 or 0.1 kilograms. Okay. Now, there's what we're looking for. There is our trunk. Okay. So I don't need to show you this. We're going to jump across the triple waterfall here. All right. Wooden shovel, chest. 223 coins. Good. Cha-ching. And a potion of temperature. F. Cha-ching. We're up to 720 coins, plus we got a couple things to sell. Not much. All right. Now, we're at 17.5 kilos of our max capacity, so I'm actually going to grab this wooden shovel. We are going to look down and not see anything. Oh, my gosh. If you go that way, there's piggies over there. Oh, my gosh. This is horrible. But there's hope. Hope floats. We're going to run east. So this is where the ambush site would be. So let's get back on the path. See that rock formation? We're looking just a little south of east. All right. So we're looking right over here. That's where we're looking. And if we go back over to our map, we've now just checked out site 16. That's the chest. We already found there's nobody at the ambush site. So now we're going to go look at the camp and pray to God that there's something there, because this has gotten kind of lame and that makes me unhappy. All right, so stay on target for this rock formation here, and we're just going to run around to the north edge of it. See, we got badgers. We don't need no stinking badgers. Right there is a problem. Okay, we're going to jink up to the right. See if we stay out of his detection range. I mean, we could take him. But here's the camp. Hooray, we found something of use. Now, okay, the fact that he's growling means I've moved into the area. Coin pouch, 75 coins. Okay. There's abandoned supplies, another 65 coins. F-E-F. 3 oat beers. Notice price, 230. It's probably only going to be half of that we get for it. Look here. If we show oat beer, 230 each means you'll get half that. So that's 115 each. But that's 450 coins. All right. And it only weighs 1.5 kilos. So that's good. All right. Don't worry about the simple torch. That's a waste. There's another shovel. Imagine that. Wolves. Okay. Abandoned supplies. This is a nice find. Cherry tree seedling, 150. If you find tree seedlings, you keep them. All right? Unless you don't need them, when you start your village, you're going to want to have them because they're expensive. So F, salted meat, we'll go ahead and take that. F-E-F. Okay. This is real kind of weird. 3 bronze bolts. Okay. Don't worry about the firewood. There's a wicker basket. You can take that, leave the rot. Nothing in this spot here. Oh, there's a small pouch. I forgot about that. I always forget that small pouch. And then there's a tricky pair of boots that you cannot get to right here. Wait, I saw them. Where was it? Oh, give me. Oh, this is killing me, Smalls. I complained about this a few weeks ago. Wait. I saw it. Come on. Oh my gosh, it's killing me. You have to be in just... Oh, there they are. Hold it. Dang it, this is wasting time. I think these are just shoes. I thought these were maybe, oh my gosh. I can't believe I just figured out how to see them to where you can grab them. I mean, water skin. Shovel cannot be used as a weapon. Oh, come on. I was hoping these were noble boots. Wow. You guys saw it come up on the screen, didn't you? I saw it come up on the screen. There's a spot here where you can see these, which means you can actually get them. And the game is jerking us around. And that's not nice. It's jerked us around to this point, so might as well keep doing it, right? All right, we're not going to worry about it. Maybe I'll come back for it another time. All right, we're going to exfil out to the west, to the northwest. Wolves are up here. We're going to go northwest. See that exclamation point at the top of the screen? That's Gostovia, and that's where you'll find Unigost. And no, foxes, no. We don't mess with foxes. If you attack a fox, it'll attack you back, unless you hurt it critically. All right. The cart is here. Hooray and huzzah. Okay, so let's... Whew. All right, we've gotten lucky here. So let's do a couple of things. Let's look at what this campsite here would look like. This would be spot 18A. Okay? This is what you'll see when you're down at camp level. Notice there's a recurve bow. All right? There's a bucket. In those sacks, there's a variety of things. Sometimes meat, sometimes rot, sometimes other stuff. You can barely see above the bucket. There's a coin pouch with typically 75 coins. In the lean-to in the middle, there is a water skin. In the tent to the left of the lean-to and above the campfire, there is a straw hat. That is a bronze axe leaning against the firewood. And I think... Oh, and then there's arrows. Typically 5 iron arrows arrayed on the ground around the fire pit. Okay? That's what you look for here. Right now, we're going to spot... Well, you saw this picture, so that camp should be right there. So this should look pretty familiar because this is what we're actually seeing. All right. Now, we're in the money. Oh, you can chop birds out of the air, by the way. All right. So here we have our crash cart. Noble boots, cha-ching. Iron knife, cha-ching. Malvasia, cha-ching. And mead. Notice the mead is full. It's not a mead bottle. It's mead. All right. That means don't drink it because it's worth 140 coins each. So there's 280 coins worth of mead for you right here. All right. So F-E-F. All right. This just worked out good. So now we're going to kick into our inventory because now we got a little bit of something to work with. Okay. We're going to put the iron knife into slot 8. All right. And that's 150 coins right there. This is it. Well, okay. It won't be 150. It'll be 70. It'll be, let's see. If you take, well, it'll be 105 coins because you take 70% of half of this for the sale price. Malvasia, that'll get you 500 coins. Mead will get you another 500 coins. That's 1,000 coin find. If you want to sell the noble boots, cha-ching, do that. We'll sell the iron knife. This is a like 1,500 coin pickup. Me, I like to put the noble boots on. They're good for wintertime, especially. All right? Because they're plus 25 cold protection, only minus 5 heat protection. So it's a little bit of it's bad in the heat, but it's really good in the cold. And really, you could just wear these all the time. Because they're just cool. They're stylish. All right? Cool. Now, remember, we got this oat beer. It's worth a bunch of money. Let's go to the map here real quick and take a look. All right, 16, 17. So we're getting late in the day. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to head to this point here. and we're going to reconnoiter because there's a potential camp spawn here with bad guys. There's a potential spawn point here. It will... Oh, great. Our deals dropped off there a little bit. It has 10 bar and 4 tin ore. That's 5 kilograms of weight. All right, so that's some weight you may have to carry. In fact, we can actually up the amount of weight we carry with a small pouch. We just picked up 3 kilograms of capacity. Considering we're down to 8. We can always drop the stone axe. We can drop the iron ore. We can drop the wooden shovel. We can drop the wooden spears. All right. Now we got this stuff. Let's get moving. So we're going to head back up onto the path. All right. It's saying we need food. Okay. Now this is a way to open up some inventory is eat. Because you start off with all this dried meat. Notice it weighs 4. So 0.2 kilograms per meat. So watch here on the yellow bar as my food goes up. Okay, boom. That just opened up 2 kilograms. So now we have 10 kilos. So we're going to cruise just right up here. All right, here's more broadleaf plantain. This is cluster 3 that I've got indicated on the map. All right, cool. Now, from where we're standing, we're looking right here. All right? I don't know if I got a good picture. Okay, now, here's the other thing. See right there? That's the other spot. That's almost due north from where we are right here. That is the stuff in the river. Okay? The bad guy camp would be right here, and you would see a pile of stuff. But it's not here. All right? So, we're going to run down here. This is where the campsite would be. Let me see if I've got a picture of it for you. I should. What spot is this? This is 19. Yes, this is what it looks like. All right, there's looking at the river, and you can see the stone to the right, and you can see the pile of stuff on the left. We're going to actually see that because this is what it's going to look like when we get up close to it. But right here, nope, that's not it. 19. So this is spot 19 on the map. I'm going to show you here where it is. If you look up here at the top of the map, the purple spot, it says Bandit Camp 19. Then the other 19A is to the upper right of that, and we'll show you that because it's actually there. All right, so that's where we're looking. But here's the Bandit Camp. Now here, you get a couple of cudgels. There's one guy with a wooden crossbow and 2 or 3 thugs. What you got to do is retreat back south to the edge of their range, and then you can take them out one at a time. It was kind of humorous. I don't know. I think I got this on video. I put 2 wooden spears through a dude. He's running around with 2 wooden spears literally sticking through his body. So you can see the point out one end and the shaft out the back end. It's kind of funny. But there's a pile of stuff. There's things to collect here. I haven't gotten a real good feel on what all is there, or have I? Wait, I see. Okay, there's camp, recurve, blah, 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 blah. I think... So this is 19. Bandits. Okay, 18. Did I find... Oh, Bandits 18. I did get them one time. There was a bow, 21 stone arrows, a plum wine. That's a good find. Water skin, 3 flour, useless. 6 firewood, don't bother. 80 coins, ching. 2 apples, 4 cheese, 4 onions. That's why I looted off the individual bandits. 20 meat. So lots of food. Beer bottle and a cudgel. Oh, plus another 75 coins, so 155 coins and a stone knife. So this is if you encounter these guys, kill them all right, you get some nice stuff out of the deal. That works out pretty good, all right? So we are going to run down to the river, all right? So that would be here. We're going to run over here, though, because you can see this pile of stuff right here in front of us. We just found some fishies. All right, lost shipment. Oh, this has 2 10 bars. Ooh, cha-ching. And 4 tin ore. Okay, we're going to pick that up. Notice we would be right at our max weight if we didn't have that small pouch. I can grab the 2 planks, and oh, you know what, while we're here, let's grab a sip of water. Now, We're going to head this way. See the road sign? That's our next stop. And there's no crash cart here. All right, this is what you will typically see. Oh, there's some more broadleaf plantain right up there. Right there, in fact. Right there, we're looking at it. The crash cart here typically looks like spot 20. Oh, that's the sacks on the bridge. That would not be it. Where is the crash cart? Okay, well, it's not here. Darn it. I had this. Muh. Okay. Well, I guess I didn't find a picture of it. What a knucklehead. It looks like a crash cart. And then there's a couple of planks. And then there's a small package under one of the... There's two small packages, but one's under the planks. That's the one you got to look in. You'll find like 1 or 2 cabbage. There will be a bronze axe. That's the big find, is the bronze axe. If you've got the weight capacity, you can grab the plank and see we've got 1 kilo available of weight. That'll be right here. So now we're going to run over here towards the bridge. Gostovia is right over there. And there's the sacks, okay? This will give you a little more seeds to work with. Here's 7 poppy seeds, cha-ching. And here should be some rye grain, cha-ching. And that will start your rye field, okay? Now, at this point, if you look, right here is your dirtiness, or I call your stinkiness. We're at 17% stinkiness, right? We don't need to worry about running out in the river just yet because we're going to be in Gostovia here in a couple minutes, so that's fine. All right, what I am going to do is I'm going to eat that. We're going to run over here to the beach, and we're going to truck down the beach. So that green thing down at the bottom left now, here is where you would find the lost shipment. And that, as I showed you a minute ago while I was looking around for other stuff, looks like, those look like the sacks. Looks like this. And lost shipment. What is it typically? 3 hops. Really not worth it. But it's there. 3 hops. Sometimes only 1 hop. So, you know, if you want to go to the hop, fine. If not, don't worry about it. But that's what you'll find here. Now, well beyond it, you can see something off in the distance. There's a couple of ducks, and then around the other curve, that may be the barrels and the plank that's laying over there. So, and that'll look like this. This will have, hello Lee, welcome aboard. This will have a total of 9 flour between the 2 barrels. And then there's the plank. So if you have the payload capacity, you don't really want to go more than 5 kilograms over your max weight because then it really slows you down. But, you know, take what you want. It's something else to sell. You know, that's awesome. Okay. So now let's look at the map. We're currently at spot 22, which is the lost shipment. We're going to be running over to spot 23. Then we're going to cut inland up the path above Gostovia, looking for the cart at spot 24. All right. So let's take a quick look here, hit this, and truck it because we've got, and there are the barrels. Okay. Notice the green thing at the bottom left that's counting down. That's our 40-second buff of 15% reduction in our stamina consumption. All right. So ducks, boom. Flour, 6 in 1, FEF. It's, you know, whatever. 3 in the other. Boom. FEF. Okay. We'll grab the plank. We're a little overweight, but barely. All right. Now, we are going to head up the hill. So here's where we are. We're going to head up to this point right here. That's spot 23 on the map. Then we're going to head over here to spot 24. And that's going to take us, that's going to wrap up the looting trail, looting path, or whatever you want to call it. Okay. So let's go back into our inventory. And I'm going to eat another dandelion. We're 0.2 kilos over. Not a problem. That's all because we found that small pouch at the campsite. So we're going to eat another dandelion, and we're going to let our stamina reset, and then we're going to take off, eh? Now you can collect more dandelions as you go up the way here. The key is to get into Gostovia before 7 p.m. Everybody gets off work at 6. They'll be walking around town, and we'll talk to you until 7. And then as long as there's vendors around, now we're going to let our stamina completely reset here. they'll buy stuff from you so you can clear out what you got. All right. Darn it. We struck out again. So here's what you'll see at this point. This is spot 23, this crash cart. Okay. There is a potion of sobriety. You'll want to hold on to that for when you're doing the Unigost quest. It's kind of cheap, so you could buy it, but then you got to go somewhere to buy it. Point is, along the way of the Unigost quest, you're going to get sent to Hornica to find some chick, and she's drunk off her butt. So you got to give her a potion of sobriety. You might as well carry that with you because it will save you a trip halfway across the map to get one to come back to give it to her. Okay? Potion of sobriety, keep it. You'll also find a potion of temperature and a potion of instant cure, which is for poison. Grab those 3 potion bottles. You see them laying on the ground there. 2 to the left of the cart, 1 just to this side of the wheel. And then within the package, there will be 2 to 3 cherries. So free food. All right, whatever. Now, next spot we're going to is going to be spot 20. Oh, that's cart 24. We're going to spot 25, which is the chest. It took me forever to find this thing, but I wasn't looking in the right place. So this is where we're going to do. I'm going to show you physically where we're going. It's kind of like over here-ish. All right. We're going to head towards those trees right there. Okay. So this is west-northwest. See how we're at the map at the top? We're between west and northwest. We are running west-northwest. Now it's 6 p.m. That's when this alert comes up, 6 p.m. That means everyone's getting off work. You need to finish up and get your butt in the town if you want to sell your wares and stuff tonight. All right, so here's the first cluster of trees. We're going to bypass that. We're going to the second cluster right here. As we come over the top, there's a trunk. Hooray. 229 coins and a potion of strength. Give me some of that. F, and you know what? We're going to take the wooden shovel too. And now we got to let ourselves, might as well grab these. Okay. Might as well grab this. Reset. See how I stopped there for a second? Regenerating stamina. Now, at the top of the map, see that bag? That's indications of a vendor. All right. Those are the people you want to go see. You'll see a bag, and then in this case, you see food, like a thing next to it. It'll be food. All right, there's people. Here's somebody who's a vendor right here. That's Adelina. She sells food. Show me your wares. She only has 1,281 coins. All right. So now we're going to sell all the crap that we can sell. We're at 40 kilos, so we're 2 kilos, 2.5 overweight. We have 1,089 coins. Even though this, I feel like this was a bust run. Watch. Wait and watch. Okay? F, E, F. 16.5 kilos. Bronze shovel. Sell it. 185 kilos or coins. Keep the seeds. Sell her the feather. Why not? Sell the flour. F, E, F. Iron knife. Keep it if you want. Sell it if you want. I keep it. F, E, F. Another 60 coins. Large wicker basket. F. 12.5 coins. It's money time. 500 coins for the Malvasia. F, E, F. 280 coins for the mead. Oat beer. F, E, F. She can only buy 1. We got 2 more to sell still. Okay. Keep the oat grain. Sell her the planks. F, E, F. She's got 97. Sell her a potion of strength. Sell her a potion of temperature. Salted meat. You could sell her that. Did we pick up a legit torch? We did not. So we're going to keep our simple torch for now. We don't need the steak. We don't need the stone knife. We got an iron knife. F. Down to 32. 10 bars. She'll buy 2 of those. Boom. We've cleared her out. Cleaned her out. All right. We still have some more stuff to sell. Not a ton. We have some. Okay. So now.
Have a good day.
We're going to jet over here and we're going to look. All right. There's another person in here we can sell to. Right here in front of us. Edwin.
Greetings, stranger.
Now, this is the guy in town that you buy all of your farm-related stuff. Bags, tree seedlings, coins, and then he's even got food, and he's even got fashionable flat straw hat. Okay. But this is the guy you come see. Typically, he's in the barn during the day. All right. But he's got 1,200 coins, and that's what we need. So we're going to look at the oat beer. FEF. There's another 230 coins. Cha-ching. All right. The noble boots, you could sell those. It'd be 210. But I'm going to keep them. Small pouch. I'm going to sell it. F. 49 coins. You could keep that as well. Stone axe. We'll go ahead and sell that for now. 10 ore. FEF. There's another 20 coins. Wooden shovel. Wooden shovel. Wooden spear. 2 wooden spears. FEF. I feel like this was a bust run. Why? Because the only thing, we do not have a good offensive weapon. We have noble boots, so we have fashionable footwear, and we have an iron kniffle, 70%. What do we have? 2,730 coins. That's a lot of ching. Cha-ching. Okay? For after your first day. All right? So, let me clear my throat. Here's what I'm going to do. Got my handy dandy notebook here. I'm going to go through with you at the end of day 1 what I had for the 10 runs that I documented taking this path. Okay? Just from a coin, just from a bait. Now, we only have level 1 survival, but I think we're actually in pretty good shape here. Sorry, dude. Mm-hmm. Skills. We're actually 111 points already. We're going to be going up real quick. So, what do you do at this point, A-Train? Well, you go around and you pick up stones and sticks. You pick up, and if you have something that's kind of heavy on your part, because you want to be as light as possible. So let's look at our inventory. We only have 8 kilos. You want to have 25 kilograms of capacity to make this easy. All right? If you have an axe, drop it. If you have something heavy, drop it. Crossbow, drop it. Anything, I mean, you could drop the simple torch, you know, whatever. Okay? But you want to have less than 20, you want to be at less than 10 kilos. Because then you'll have 25 available. Why do you need 25 kilos, A-Train? Because each stone weighs 1 kilogram. You need 20 stones. Each stick weighs 0.1 kilograms. You need 50 sticks. Anybody tracking with the math here? That's 25 kilograms. That will give you the components to make 10 stone knives. Make 10 at a time. Find a spot. I'll show you a spot here in a second. Here's where I would go. This spot right here. Drop your crap right here. Okay? Drop stuff right there. Go gather sticks and stones all night long. You can pick up dandelion and stuff too. You will go up so quickly in your skills for survival because you're gathering stuff. Okay? Put your second point maybe in survival sense. You could put in survival knowledge if you want. But by the end of the night, if you craft 80 to 100 stone knives, you will have 4 points available in survival total to allocate. And because you're crafting, you'll have a couple of points in production as well. Okay? So, how much money did we have at the end of day 1 here? It's not even the end of day 1. I mean, it's 7 p.m., almost 7 p.m. We're in Gostovia. The one thing you should do is just go find Unigost, and you can find him on the map because he is, well, let's see, F. There's where he is. Quest target. You go talk to Unigost, and that, just go through the conversation with him real quick, and that unlocks your ability to start building and opens chapter 1 of your story. All right? You don't have to worry about the Unigost quest. You just want to do the stuff that's for your story, because each chapter of your story unlocks more buildings you can build, or more buildings you can build in your village. Okay, you'll unlock more buildings as you gather technology. And in our case, we've got some production points. Okay, after you get 10, you get workshop 1 unlocked. Survival points. After you see we're at 30, once you get to 50, you unlock the hunting lodge. One night until tomorrow morning, craft you 80 to 100 stone knives. Okay. The good places, there's lots of stones along this area. There's lots of loose sticks up in this area under the trees. There's more sticks than stones in this space. Sticks and stones through here. You can work down this side of the creek. You may find a crash cart here with 4 wheat. You may find a little pile of loot stuff here. It typically has 7 coins. You may find some stuff here. You could work along the riverbanks. You may find a couple of loot spawns or maybe a couple of barrels right here. I would not go here. There's 2 potential campsites here and here for bad guys. All right. But if you stay along between this bridge and Gostovia, you can either venture over this side or work down this side and just keep gathering 20 stones, 50 sticks, craft 10 stone knives. Now, the weight at that point will be 5 kilograms because each stone knife weighs a half kilo. So, drop them on the path somewhere, you know, and then just come back and collect them later and then bring them back to your collection point over here. And you just want to be somewhere close to town. So in the morning when everyone wakes up, unless there's a vendor who happens to be up all night, you can sell all those stone knives, craft you an extra one. All right. And then what you're going to want to do in the morning is you have 2 options. Take the path west along the water and then cut inland at the fork and go to Denica and see the seamstress. Get your large pouch, simple large backpack. That will take your carrying capacity to 65 kilograms. The only way to go up from there is to unlock the mule skill, which I believe is in extraction. Yeah, it's right here. 5 kilogram increase in carry weight. At tier 1, well, at level 1. Level 2, it's 10. Level 3, it's 20 or 15. So at maximum, you're going to go to 80 kilograms of total carrying capacity when you have the simple large backpack, large pouch, and mule level 3. Okay? Now, at that point, you've got options. You could go to Branica. Branica. You could go via Branica. Excuse me. Again, watch out for those camps over there. To me, it's easier to go to Denica, although there are a couple potential camp spawns along this way. And then I ran into one over here that had like logs and stuff. It was like a defensive position fort. But you want to go get those so you can carry them. Your next stop may, if you haven't found one somewhere along the way, maybe a pile of loot or something, you'll want to go to Lesnica and see Jan. I think it's Jan, the blacksmith, and then get you at minimum a recurve bow and iron arrows. At maximum, which we've got the money for it, get you an iron crossbow and get you like 50 bolts, because you'll use them, you may lose some, and that way you'll have extras to work with later on. Okay, so your objective now, if you run this path, okay, where we started here, we came down here to here to here, over to here, across here, here, back down here, over to here, up this way, down here, over to here, out here, over to here, campsite, down here, found the cart with the big money stuff, down here, found the stuff in the water, no campsite, no cart, sacks, abandoned loot, supplies, barrels, missing crash cart, chest, and shovel down into Gostovia. That is the looting path. If you get into Gostovia by 3 p.m. and you happen to have over 1,000 coins, make the run to Denica, because you'll get there before. If you get there at 6 p.m., people are leaving work. Typically, they'll hang around for at least an hour. And if you find the lady, and she'll be a vendor, you find the lady over there. Gosh, I can't remember her name. Anyway, if you look on the wiki, you'll see her name. Go get your simple large backpack and your large pouch, and then backtrack, and then start doing your stone knives and everything. Okay? So through the course of the night, you should get 4 points for survival and at least 1 or 2 points for production. And then you can go from there. So the results I had, here we got 2,730. Run 1, you know what, that was as of, I went through 24 hours there. So I had 2,861 coins. That may have been from selling stuff, because I had iron arrows, bow, iron knife, food, noble boots. Yeah. 1,221 coins, but went to Denica, and I had the large pouch and the simple large backpack, which total cost of that is 960 coins. All right, that's what your target is, 960. So if you got more than 960 coins, go to Denica or Branica, get you the equipment. Third run, 2,511 coins. That was with some overnight stone knife making. Wound up with an iron axe and a bow with bronze and iron arrows there. Plus I had 6 tree seedlings, which means I went further west. Run 4 at 4 p.m. into Gostovia, had 2,509 coins. So then I made it to Denica by 6:30 p.m. and then got my large pouch and simple large backpack. So I was down to 1,560 coins. I had an iron axe, iron shovel, plum trees, 2 cherry tree seedlings, iron knife, noble boots. Lots of stuff. Another run. This may have been the worst one. Oh, you know what? Guy in the Gostovia, first sell time was I had 2,172 coins, and then I ran back and picked up some stuff because I think I had a lot of stuff, and I wound up having to drop some of it kind of over at that final crossroads. And if you wind up coming out heavy, once you come out of, you know, maybe the campsite here, or whatever, drop you some stuff above this campsite, or if you can get it down to this crossroads, it's effectively a 2-hour run out and back. So get into Gostovia, sell all that you can, free up the weight, and then go back and get your other stuff. So you don't have to backtrack like the next day. You want to focus on your skill building through the course of the first night. Okay? So by 1923, I had 2,374 coins and an iron axe and a bronze knife. Run 6, Gostovia. Okay, so this is at 10:30 on day 2. We had 2,020 coins. Oh, 3,620 coins because I made a whole bunch of stone knives. So we had survival 4, production 3. We had unlocked the hunting lodge, workshop, kitchen, and the smithy. Had an iron crossbow, 3 iron bolts, and an iron axe. So we sold 80 knives. That was 1,600 coins. Okay? That's the key. Each knife you sell is worth 20 coins. So 80, 1,600. Okay, that'll cover your stuff. Run 7. Got into Gostovia at just after 7 p.m. Had 1,789. Hunting lodge unlocked. Iron axe. Some rye and rye grains and poppy seeds. That one wasn't terribly impressive, but still good. Run 8. 1,504 coins. Hunting lodge. Iron axe, bow, 3 iron arrows, 2 bronze arrows. Run 9. 1630 in the Gostovia. Had 1,520 coins and an iron axe. And then run 10. Just before 6 p.m., 2,756 coins, iron axe, recurve bow, 5 iron arrows, bronze knife. So there you go. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the looting path. The way I think you should run your first 24 hours in the valley. All right? So again, if you go on to my community page on my YouTube channel, you can get this. If you have questions, put those in the comments below. Happy to answer them. I will probably be doing videos on the bandit camps, how to deal with them, especially if you only have... I dealt with one of them. I got down to 0.2 health. They jacked me up. They didn't kill me, though. So, yeah, not dead yet. So those are the things you want to look for. And that's how you run the looting path here on Medieval Dynasty. Questions and comments are welcome below. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you enjoyed it. Medieval Dynasty now available on Steam from Toplets Productions and Render Cube Games. Go get you some of that. It's a terrific game, and there's more coming out soon as they're about to do a major update to the game with a new map, multiplayer mode, female characters, armor, and stuff like that. So it's about to get even more interesting. But I appreciate you guys being here. I hope you'll give us a like, share with your friends, let them know about the channel, let them know about Medieval Dynasty. Subscribe and turn on that bell icon so you know when we go live or upload a video. And check out the other videos on the channel. A lot of stuff out there to entertain you. So I appreciate you being here and hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you have a great day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are on planet Earth or beyond. I'm A-Train. It's over. And I'm out.